What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's pretty hot today, so if I'm sweating, you know why. Um, Today we're back onto the Honda. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing body work. And as you can see, I already grounded down with 50 grit with my air sanding disc. And then I just, basically where all the dents were, I just grounded it down right there. The rest of this is all 80 grit, so the Bondo or body filler is still going to stick to it. So, and then we just got this little edge right here that we have to fix, so I'll take a hammer to that, bang that out. But I think we're just going to do all the easy body work first, and then we'll get to the big and major body work later. But I'm getting ready to mix up some Bondo. So, a lot of you guys don't know, this is the body filler that I'm going to be using. You hear a lot of people say Bondo. Bondo is actually just another brand. So the correct term is body filler, but a lot of people still say Bondo. Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera stand working. Shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some body filler, put it onto my spreadsheet, and we'll go from there. So let me mix this up really quick. Make sure we get all of that mixed up pretty good. So you guys, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slap some Bondo on there. That's about good enough. Usually you want to do like, basically this is your hardener. So what you want to do with your hardener is you do like one dot every golf ball size. So this could probably be like about 3 dots maybe. Some people like to add more, some people like to add less. I think that right there is pretty good enough for how much body filler we have. And then what you want to do is that we are going to spread it. I'm going to use this one. So once we spread it, you want to mix it in there. Spread it pretty good. So you kind of don't want to kind of swirl it in there, because then your body filler is not going to get mixed pretty good. So if you just spread it out like that, that's when you know that you're going to get good chemical reaction to it. So the way you can tell is when you're good about spreading is when you don't see any more of that dull white color or the blue anymore. You're going to get kind of like a sky blue, light blue instead of a dark blue. But the more hardener you use, the darker the blue is going to be. So that right there is just telling me basically that we are good to go. So I'm going to hurry up and put it in then. Alright guys, off to the next scene. This is what it looks like once you're done spreading. Just barely had enough. That one right there, I just didn't quite have enough, so I know we're gonna have to do it all over. Not all over again, but we're gonna have to do another layer. But other than that, that's basically how you do it. Once you're done mixing, just go ahead and spread it where your bare metal was, and you should be good. There's other ways to do it. Some people like to just scuff the paint and then put body filler. There are some people saying out there that that's not a good penetration and it's just gonna come off, which is gonna bite you in the ass later on in the years once your body filler starts cracking. So, I mean, it's basically your choice on what you want to do. If this is just a quick flip, then yeah, then do whatever, you know, fast, get it done. But you know, this is my name that's going on the car, and I kind of want this car to be perfect. I know every car is not going to be 100% perfect, but I wanted to get it the best as I can. So I'll probably put you on fast forward, and we're just going to sand it down. We're going to sand it down with 80 grit. And then we'll probably do another layer, a thinner layer of the same thing, a body filler. and we'll probably sand that down to 180 grit, or not 180 grit, 120 grit. And then I don't have final glaze, so I have to order some of that. So that'll probably be our third and final coat, final glaze. That basically fills in all your pinholes, and it's just gonna give your bodywork just a more cleaner look when you go to prime it and make it more straight and smooth. So through the process, you do 80 grit, 120 grit, 180 grit, and then 220 grit, or you could just stick with 180 grit. 180 grit, actually, I like to stick with it just for the fact that primer hides those scratches. So I tested it before on my truck, and I've always done 180 grit, and it's always worked out good for me. So cut you off to the next scene. Once this body filler dries, it usually takes about like 10 minutes to dry, so we'll let that dry and then we'll start sanding and get it going. Alright guys, finally got it all sanded. Now it kind of looks like you can still see the grinding marks, but when you fill it, it feels all nice and smooth. So that's only 80 grit. We're gonna put another layer on, and then we're gonna sand that layer with 120. So we're gonna make that layer just a little bit smaller. As you can see, this is also gonna tell you that you still need to add a little bit more material. And I think there's another one right there. I still need to add just a little bit. But other than that, this door is almost basically ready to go into primer. So like I said, I got another coat, sand that down to 120, and then I'll put my final glaze, which I don't have with me, so we won't do that just yet. But we'll probably just still work on the rest of the car and just basically get all ready. So when we do get the final glaze, all we have to do is just put it on, sand it down, and then this car basically will be ready for primer. I did get some stuff for the fender, and I probably show you in another video on what I got, but it's actually gonna make this car really pop out. I haven't really seen a car in my city have it yet, so I'm actually getting really excited to basically cut the fenders and put the part on. So you guys will have to wait for that, but yeah, I'll keep the ball rolling, get this all sanded, and basically when we add another layer, I'm not gonna kind of like patch it in what I did right here. I'm actually gonna go on to a full-on layer right here in this area. And for the reason that is that it's not gonna give you all these wobbles when you go to prime it. It's actually gonna give it a nice, smooth, basically panel. So the second layer, we're gonna make one basically even coat of that big area right there. And then we'll make one even coat on that area right there. So when you guys go see the video, you guys will see what I'm talking about. So I'll put you in fast forward, and we'll get to spreading it out and sanding it again. So we'll put you in fast forward, and we'll get the ball rolling. Alright guys, so now that that's all finished, this is what I was talking about when you want one full-on layer. Basically, you kind of want an even coat, so that way it's going to give you an even body line. And this is going to tell you basically if you need to add another coat, or if it's going to be okay to go ahead and move on to other bodywork. So as you can see in the other scene too, I went ahead and fixed that little dent right there. The door was kind of folded in right here, but I banged it out, lines up pretty good. So we'll go ahead and do body work on that as well. We'll grind that down. But I'm probably gonna end the video right here. So until next time, guys, peace out. See you in the next one.